Hello, and welcome to the Training Crafts Podcast. My name is Raina. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under SF Chick. Today is Monday, July 2nd, 2018. I thought that I would share with you some of my finished objects, half-finished objects, and works in progress. This is a podcast about knitting, mostly knitting, and other crafty adventures I may find along the way. So, why don't we get started? So the first object that I have is a hat. It's called the Easy Guernsey hat. It's by a designer, her name is Christina Roy on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. It's called the Easy Guernsey hat. And basically, it's 2x2 rib, and then you do these little bars in the texture section, and then you do the decreases. So what I do when I do hats now that I can magic loop, I put my stitches, when I cast on, I put a stitch marker halfway through the hat so I know where to split it for the decreases when I go to magic loop to do my decreases. And that helps me from dropping any stitches. So that's the Easy Guernsey hat by Christina Roy. And if I seem to go a little fast there, I apologize. I will try to go slower because I almost had this podcast recorded one time and then my phone rang. So the second object that I have, finished objects that I have, are hose. I have socks. This is the Yarn Jar, Mrs. Potts colorway from Beauty and the Beast. I did about 11 rows for the cuff, and I did 60 for the foot, and then I did a German short row heel, and I did 60 rows for my foot, and then I decreased for the toe. And I did the same thing here, only I did about 10 rows for the cuff, and then I did a garter German short row heel for the heel, and then I did the same. I went about 60 rows, and then I did decreases for the toe. So I have not casted on the second one for this yet. I had it on yesterday, and I kept dropping stitches. So maybe later today I will do that. And let's see, what else? Oh, let's get into my whips. So the first whip that I have is in this really cute skeleton Day of the Dead cat bag. I just love it. I love cats in general, and it reminds me of the Day of the Dead in Mexico. I saw this bag on the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast. Christy had it, and I just had to have it. Sorry, my eye is itchy right now. But in this bag, I'm making a hat for me. It's the Mix and Match hat by Mina Phillip. My printer only prints out in gray, black and white, so it's a textured pattern, but I think I'm going to do a stockinette pattern for this yarn right here because it's really busy. This is Lavender Loom yarn in her worsted base in the Tonight colorway. It's 218 yards. I saw this yarn and it the title reminded me of the Smashing Pumpkins song from Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, an album that came out in the 90s. If you are younger than me, you will remember the video. It reminds me of the video. So I did that. That's one whip. And I just started this the other night. I thought that it would be fun. So, and then the second whip that I have, I'm doing the same hat out of a Vanna yarn because I participate in a craft show every year that is held up at the Red Lion Bed and Breakfast where I live. And it's hosted by my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. And, sorry, I had a pop-up on my screen just now. So, the next one, it is also the Mix and Match hat by Mina Phillip, but I don't have the pattern in here. Because I just grabbed yarn and started it. So here's what I have so far. My little coffee cup stitch marker. And this is the lime colorway in the Vanna's Choice. And I'm trying to get all my hats done in the summer. This summer before I move. And so, the next project that I have, oh, and this is my Super Mario bag from Southpaw Creations on Etsy. I was Mario obsessed when I was younger. When I was in junior high, I used to play Mario all the time, and I used to get frustrated with my games just like any other child. So, yeah, this is a really fun bag, and I love it. And the next project that I have is in my sloth bag from Southpaw Creations. It's the Spindrift Shawl by Helen Stewart. I wanted to find something. I wanted to make something for my grandmother-in-law, who is 92, and for the past few years, I've been making her shawls that she could wear. So this is the top. So I'm doing this, and this is how far I am. This is just the side to remind me that I am on the right side. And it's a very simple pattern. You have like yarn overs down here, and I'm doing this on ChiaoGoo size 6 right now, 4.0 millimeter needles out of my ChiaoGoo interchangeable set. And I just am in love with the pattern. I remember getting this yarn when I was in California. I was at Green Planet Yarn. This is Anzula Nebula yarn in the I don't know, it reminds me of aqua colorway. It's an aqua colorway, but it's like, it reminds me of a slate blue. So, that's going to be for Graham and for Christmas. And the next project that I have is in this bag. It's my Honeybee Knits bag. It's made by Melissa. She's out of Ohio. has gummy bears on it. My son is in love with this bag. He is like, he sees it, he's like, Mommy, gummy bears, Mommy, gummy bears. He's 7. So, and then the next one that I have is my Free Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry. This is Free Your Fade. I have it pinned up here, so when I turn and do my stitches, I don't get confused. And this is it so far. This is the Nebula colorway. There are going to be 3 colors in this shawl. So I am doing, right now I'm on the Woolen Homestead in the Nebula colorway. And the next one is a Knit Picks color that I picked out to do with that. And what else do I have in my basket? That's about all that I have in my basket to show you right now. Why don't we get into life stuff? If you're not here to hear about my life, then I will see you in a couple weeks or the next time that I podcast. So, if you notice, I got new glasses. These are bifocals. They are, I haven't sat down to actually read yet. I've just been knitting over the weekend. So I haven't really tried them out, but if I go like this, you're blurry. If I go like this, I could see you. But it was really quick because I went last Monday. And went last Monday and had my eyes checked, and then they called me on Thursday. They're like, your glasses are ready. I'm like, wow, that was a really quick turnaround time. So on Friday, I went to go pick them up, and Friday was going to be a really stressful day, but I managed, and we got everything. I did everything that I need to do. I cut one thing out because there wasn't enough time. So my mother picked me up from my in-laws. Last week it was filled with appointments and everything. So I try to schedule my appointments on days that I am going to my in-laws. So I can go from 1 to 2 instead of trying to have something every day. And so there's that. And we are in the middle of a massive heat wave right now. Right now it's about 97 degrees outside. It's 89. The last time I read on the computer it was 89, and it felt like 97. And so I have the air conditioner off in my living room right now because I'm talking to you. And my cat would very much appreciate me turning the air conditioner on right now, but in a few minutes she will have her chair back and she will be happy because I turned the air back on. And what else has been going on? No, we just basically hung out this weekend, and my mom and I saw a deal on Groupon to go see Maroon 5 next week, the 14th, in Hershey. So we're going in. I'm always in love with Maroon 5. Maroon 5 makes me happy. Her music makes me happy, and I will finally get to see them live. I've been wanting to go see them live, but we never got a chance. So there's that. And I told my mother yesterday. I told my mother yesterday. I said I have so many projects that are in my head that I want to cast on and finish, but I'm like kind of like in a in between phase. It's like I have the craft show that's held by my sister and brother-in-law up at their house in Red Lion on November through December, and I usually make hats for that. But my hats really haven't been selling over the years, so I've been making less stuff, and we'll see we'll see what happens. And so we've been so I'm making a few more hats. I'll probably make like 2 or 3 more, and then I'll just call it because I've been very busy. If you remember from the last podcast, I'm moving. I am moving in hopefully in September, by the end of September. My mom is building a house. It's called a villa. It's basically like 5 houses together, but we have 2,500 square feet in 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms and a big space downstairs for my craft stuff. I'm so happy that I will have a table that I can put my craft stuff at, sit at, and like work, because right now in my living room I don't have a table where I could sit down and work while I watch TV or podcasts or anything. But yeah, and besides the middle of that, so while I'm doing that, so I'm going through my stuff and I'm packing stuff that I really don't use right now, so I can just throw that away. So this past week, I put my fall clothes away. I put my books away. I left my craft books out, but all the other ones that I have on the shelf over here, I put away. And then I was going through some boxes in the back from when we first moved here in 2010. That's a really long time ago because my son is 7.5 now. So I'm packing and then repacking stuff in see-through containers so I could actually see what's in there and mark what's in there. And then so that's about it right now. My living room is a little chaotic, and that's okay because we just gotta get the animals together and they gotta start getting used to each other because I don't want to be in the house and have the dogs and her not come around me because I am around the dogs or vice versa. There's a lot of stuff going through my mind right now. And so that was a little rant. Sorry about that. And then the other thing is that because of a heat wave, I'm wearing a lot of t-shirt dresses around my apartment because they're nice and cool and they're breezy and I don't have to think about it, and do all that fun stuff. And so I have plantar fasciitis in my left heel that I was diagnosed with last summer. So now I told my mother on the way home on the way back to my place yesterday from her place, I gotta get over that you don't wear tennis shoes with dresses. Because the tennis shoes are far more comfortable than the flip-flops that I have on right now to protect my feet from the floor. So, anyway, that is what's going on in my life and what I'm knitting. And in the next few weeks, I hope I'll have some of this casted off so I can cast on new projects. And I hope that you are all well, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.